Once upon a time, in a small village by the Nile River in Egypt, there lived a humble fisherman named Amir. Amir was a kind man who worked very hard every day. He had a small boat and a fishing net, and he would go out to the river early each morning to catch fish. Amir sold the fish he caught in the market to buy food for his family. He wasn't rich, but he was happy with what he had. One bright morning, Amir rowed his boat out to his favorite fishing spot. The sun was shining and the water was calm. He threw his net into the water and waited. After a while, he felt a strong tug on the net. This must be a big fish, he thought. Amir pulled and pulled, and finally he managed to lift the heavy net out of the water. To his surprise, inside the net was not just a fish, but a large, shimmering golden fish. The fish was unlike any he had ever seen before. It sparkled in the sunlight and looked almost magical. Amir carefully took the fish out of the net. As he held it in his hands, the fish suddenly spoke. "Please, kind fisherman, let me go," said the fish. "If you spare my life, I will grant you 3 wishes." Amir was astonished. He never heard a fish talk before. He thought for a moment and then said, "All right, I will let you go, but remember, you promised me 3 wishes." The fish nodded and said, "Of course, I will keep my promise. Whenever you're ready to make a wish, just call my name Goldie." With that, Amir gently placed the golden fish back into the river. The fish swam away quickly, disappearing into the depths of the water. Amir sat in his boat, thinking about what has just happened. He wondered what he should wish for. Amir rode back to the village and told his wife Layla about the magical fish. Layla was amazed and said, "Amir, this is wonderful. We should think carefully about what to wish for. We have the chance to change our lives." That night, they talked about their wishes. Layla suggested, "Why don't we wish for a big, beautiful house? Our small hut is old and falling apart." Amir agreed, so he went to the river and called out, "Goldie, Goldie, I wish for a big, beautiful house for my family." Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and when Amir turned around, he saw a magnificent house standing where their old hut used to be. It had many rooms, a lovely garden, and even a pond. Amir and Layla were overjoyed. They thanked Goldie and moved into their new home. A few weeks later, Layla said, "Amir, we have a beautiful house, but we still struggle to make ends meet. We should wish for wealth so we can live comfortably." Amir thought this was a good idea. He went back to the river and called out, "Goldie, Goldie, I wish for wealth and prosperity for my family." Once again, there was a flash of light, and suddenly Amir's boat was filled with gold coins, jewels, and precious stones. Amir and Layla were now very rich. They used their wealth to buy new clothes, delicious food, and even help the people in the village. For a while, everything seemed perfect. Soon, Amir and Layla began to worry about their wealth. They feared that someone might steal their treasures. They started to feel anxious and unhappy, even though they had everything they had ever wanted. One day, Layla said, "Amir, we have 1 wish left. We should use it wisely. What do you think we should wish for?" Amir thought for a long time. He remembered how happy they used to be before they had all this wealth and how simple their lives were. Finally, he said, "Leila, I think we should wish for peace and happiness. We have everything we need, but we have forgotten what it feels like to be truly happy." Leila agreed, so Amir went back to the river and called out, "Goldie, Goldie, I wish for peace and happiness for my family and our village." For the third time, there was a flash of light. Amir felt a warm, comforting feeling wash over him when he returned home. He saw that everyone in the village smiling and cheerful. The air was filled with laughter and people were helping each other. Amir and Leila felt a deep sense of peace and joy. From that day on, Amir and Leila lived happily in their beautiful house. They used their wealth to help others, and they never forgot the lessons they had learned. They understood that true happiness doesn't come from rich or grand houses, but from love, kindness, and the simple joys of life. The villagers often came to Amir and Leila for advice and help, and they were always willing to share what they had. They told the story of the golden fish to their children, teaching them the importance of being grateful and kind-hearted. As for Goldie, the magical golden fish, it continued to swim in the river, waiting to help those who were kind and deserving. The story of the fisherman's treasure became a beloved tale in the village, reminding everyone that the greatest treasures are not gold and jewels, but love, happiness, and a kind heart.